Hello, friends. This is Miss Van Cleef, the librarian at the PA Shaw, and today I want to show you how to access and use one of the amazing resources we have in our Clever Backpack. I want to show you how to use Sora. Sora is an app where you can borrow ebooks and audiobooks from the public library and other libraries around us. So the first thing we need to do is get into our Clever Backpack. I'm in my internet browser and I'm just going to type in clever.com. Now I'm going to log in as a teacher, but you're going to click that blue button that says log in as a student. Once you are logged into your Clever Backpack, you're going to see some of the amazing apps that we use all the time in the library. But we're going to go down to the English Language Arts and Literacy section and find this picture right here. It sort of looks like a little rocket ship or robot blasting off into space. He looks very excited about starting to read, and you can see underneath it says Sora by Overdrive. So we're going to click right there on that picture. Now, I've already used Sora before, so I'm logged in. If you haven't used it before, it's going to ask you to search for your library. You are not going to search for the PA Shaw Library. We're looking for a bigger one. So you're actually going to type in Boston Public Schools. Click on Boston Public Schools and it will bring you into this section here. We can see some of the amazing books that Boston Public Schools and the Boston Public Library have provided for us to read or listen to at home. We can see they have lots of copies of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. They have the Big Nate series, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, and some other really exciting books that we love to check out from the library. Now you'll notice that some of these books underneath them have a little icon or picture of headphones. If you see that picture right here of headphones, that means you're looking at an audiobook. An audiobook is when we get to listen to the words and someone reading us the story. If the book does not have a picture of headphones underneath, that means it's an ebook. So we'll actually be able to see the pages and read it on our computer, our phone, or our tablet. So I'm going to start by searching for a book that I'm interested in reading. If I want to search, I'm going to go up top right next to that magnifying glass and I can search for a book by its title, by its author, by an illustrator, by a type of book I like to read. That part is up to you. So if I'm looking for a specific book and I know the title, I might try searching for it that way. I'm going to look for a book called She Persisted. I'm going to type the title, enter, and press search. It looks like they do have some copies of that book. We can see the picture of the cover right here. Now, there are a couple different choices. If next to the book it says borrow, that means I can borrow the book and start reading it immediately. If I'm not sure yet, I can read a sample and look at a couple pages of the book before deciding if I want to read the whole thing. If next to the book it says place hold, that means someone else is already reading it and we have to wait our turn and be patient. So that's okay too. You can add your name to a list and wait to read that book. But we're lucky because no one else is reading She Persisted right now, so we can borrow it and read it right away. I'm going to click borrow, and it's bringing me right into the book. Now, I've already read this book before, and my computer actually remembered the page that I left off at. I had left off at page 5, but let me bring us back to the beginning. So you can use this control bar right here to pick a page, or you can use your arrow keys on your computer to turn the pages. So I'm using my arrow keys to turn the pages right now. And there you are. You can see that the whole story is in here for us to read. Pretty awesome. I'm going to close out of it though, because I want to go back to explore and show you another way to search. We don't just have to search by title, we can also search by author or illustrator. I really like the author Susan Tan. She actually came to visit us at the Shaw one year and read some of her stories to us. So I can search for Susan Tan, and it looks like the library has all 3 books in her Cilla Lee Jenkins series. However, we might have to wait to read them. It doesn't say borrow next to them. That means they're really popular and someone else is reading them right now. That's okay. So those are different ways that you can search for something to read. Down here at the bottom, if we click on shelf, that's your own personal bookshelf. It's going to show you all the books that you have checked out. If you're waiting to read a book and you clicked to be put on a list to wait to read it, there it is right there. That's up to you. If I'm done reading a book, I can click on it and I can renew it if I need, so I can read it again, or I can return it. I'm going to return it because I'm done reading that one right now. Okay. If you go to me, that's going to show you a page all about yourself. So that has my name because it's about me, Miss Van Cleef. It tells me how many books I've opened, how much time I've spent reading, and some achievements I've earned, which is really exciting. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. Right now we're connected to the Boston Public Schools and the Boston Public Library, but there's a way for you to connect to even more libraries so that you have more chances to look at more books. If you go up top and click on these 3 lines right here, you'll see this little sidebar pops out, and right next to Boston Public Schools, there's a green dot. That means I'm in that one right now. You can also see, though, I've added other libraries. I've added the Minuteman Library, the Noble Library, the Old Colony Library, and the Sales Library. This has allowed me to look at their books in their library collections, too. It's a good idea for you to add those libraries so you can see even more books. How you're going to do that, you will click on this green plus sign, and up pops Find Your Library. This is where you can type in some of those other names that I talked about and showed you right here. So you can type in Minuteman Library, Noble Library, Old Colony Library, and Sales Library to add those to your list. So that way you have lots of different library books to look at. I hope this helps and that you get to use Sora at home so that you can read and listen to books while school is closed. Good luck and happy reading.